Hi, welcome. I'm Melanie from Embracing Love and Light. So, I want to talk about why inner union has to happen before physical union because I know how difficult it can be for so many divine feminines to understand and accept that it has to be this way. And if this is something you have been struggling with, the reason for this is because when you first meet your divine masculine, you would be expecting things to play out in the physical like they would normally with a romance or a relationship. But I want to say straight off, if you're on this journey, this is not how it works because this isn't a romance. It's not a relationship you're having or even a friendship. It's a spiritual connection between you and this other person of the one soul that you share with this other person going within on a journey of self-discovery. So the normal rules, if you like, don't apply. However, of course, at first, you would have been believing it was a romance or that you were having some sort of relationship. You may have thought that you'd found your soulmate or that you had found everything that you had been searching for in this other physical body. That this was the one that was going to fulfill your dreams of happiness, complete you, make you feel whole. You would have been assuming that this relationship that you thought you were having was going to go somewhere, that it was going to develop into something more between you. Even if there was no real conversation had or words spoken to confirm that that was going to happen, it would have felt like that. And this is all totally understandable and a natural assumption to make, given that your whole life you would have been believing that everything you need, your happiness, fulfillment, and sense of self-worth comes from outside of yourself, from the external world. You would have believed, for instance, that you could find happiness in, say, some materialistic way, buying things or having something new or maybe going on holiday. You would have believed that you would find that sense of fulfillment from maybe an achievement of some kind, getting that promotion or new job or completing a course to improve or better yourself in some way. You would have believed that your sense of self-worth and to feel valued comes from others and is dependent on whether you are accepted by your family, friends and peers, because that is the programming that you have had throughout your whole life, that you look outside of yourself for everything you need instead of looking within to find everything you need. And while you absolutely can find some sense of fulfillment and happiness by doing and having things that come from outside of yourself, from the external world, you may have probably found that these things felt superficial or empty in some way, like there's not much depth to them and that feeling of fulfillment doesn't truly last. It is only fleeting and short-lived. Because when you are relying on your happiness or sense of fulfillment to come from the external world, you can never truly be fulfilled because it will never compare to the happiness and fulfillment in its truest sense when it comes from within, when you are experiencing it from your soul. And that is what this connection and journey of the one soul is helping you to discover, and why your divine masculine came in to wake you up. So you could set off on a journey of self-discovery by going within, and in doing so, reach inner union. But in order for inner union to happen, and why it is necessary for inner union to happen first, is because you have to balance and merge the divine feminine and divine masculine energy within you. Because when you meet, your energy isn't balanced, and it isn't balanced because you will both be in your wounded aspects. Remember, you are one soul and you share an energy system, which means you are connected energetically. And so what this means is this shared energy reaches a level where it is too intense, unstable and volatile, if you like, and you can't sustain the energy. It's like magnets. When facing a certain way, they repel, or one pushes the other away. And so this means the energy has to be balanced and merged within for inner union to happen. And why you just can't be in a relationship with them by jumping to physical union first, because before you balance the energy, you are like those magnets repelling each other. And as the divine feminine, you go through this process first because you are the spiritual twin, and this is a spiritual connection, a spiritual journey. And the way you do this is by going through the process of unbecoming to become, through the inner and shadow work, digging deep to unearth those wounds and face all that you need to face and heal. So you are no longer in your wounded aspect. This is the reason separation happens. So you get to work on yourself, healing yourself at your deepest level by diving deep within. And through this process, discover and remember the truth of who you are and why you're here. Because this journey is about you peeling back layers and layers of everything you thought was true about you, your life and the world, cleansing and purging and letting go as you work through past traumas and core wounds and the illusions of the 3D reality. It's about you healing through to the core of your being to fully release yourself of everything that was holding you back, stopping you from remembering and being who you came here to be. And it's by going through this process that will enable you to uncover the divine feminine and divine masculine aspect of your energy within that has been buried underneath the wounded aspect and bring balance so you can reach inner union. By reaching inner union means you have balanced and merged the divine feminine and divine masculine energy within, because you have reached a place where you have realized that your happiness and sense of fulfillment and self-worth doesn't lie outside of you, but comes from within, where you have freed yourself from all the pain from this life and past lives, where you can alchemize those fear-based emotions and have transcended fear, understanding and accepting that everything that has happened in your life has happened for you to learn from and grow, where you get to know the true you at your deepest level, finding that pure unconditional love within that you have so longed for, reclaiming your sovereignty so you can stand in your power. And it's once you have reached and are able to hold the frequency of inner union that this then ripples out to your divine masculine and means your divine masculine can go on their journey. Their journey won't look or be the same as yours because they are the twin that is rooted in the 3D physical world. Remember, you each have roles, which is why, as this is a spiritual journey, and as the divine feminine, you go first, so you can align with your soul and reach inner union. And as they are the physical matrix twin, it's up to them, once they go through the healing process, to come back in and anchor the connection into the physical, which is when physical union happens. And so it has to be that inner union happens before physical union, because being the spiritual twin, you have to learn how to balance the unstable energy within you first and unbecome to become, so your divine masculine can do the same. Because this is a journey of the one soul remembering the truth and coming home. And you can only do that by going within first. So I hope you have a little bit more of an understanding of why it has to happen in this way. I will leave the video I have made up here called Understanding the Energy Between You if you would like to learn more about the shared energy and how it affects you. And if you are ready to start the process of moving forward on your journey, but you are just not sure how to or where to start, then you can contact me through my website, and you can either book a free discovery call or one-to-one coaching session. The link is in the description below. Anyway, that's all for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now. Much love and blessed be.